to the to the gold. So is this what we already see? The people buying the dollar, the people buying gold? Is this something you have to be scared of if you think about it?
Now I got to challenge you because we got rising bond yields, meaning interest in bonds is falling because yields are going up.
Yeah.
Right. So what's the relationship there? Do people not trust the U.S. government to sort of fulfill their debt obligations?
I'm not pretty sure about relationships. I don't care about relationships. Why do you think it? Relationships work as long as they work, and suddenly they stop working. I was talking to a young colleague of mine yesterday, and he says, all the people telling us dollar yen is the if the yen is weak, gold is weak, and so yen is already weak, and the gold price is going up. So there's no relationship. It doesn't work like this. I'm not happy with this.
No, it's interesting. The yen carry trade is an interesting aspect of the intervention that we've probably seen the last couple of weeks here. We're not going to go into conspiracy theories and why that is and why that is happening, right? But Marcus, you have to write about gold and mining stocks, which is probably a very painful topic to talk about, right? We're just at the end of it, so we should go group therapy together. But let's talk about the developments. What have you seen over the last, let's say, 3 months, or ever since gold really started rising? Like, how do you see the market behave?
But that's an interesting story, because if you're stepping back and say, hey, investors have to come back to the gold space, what's the first thing they are looking at? They are looking at, don't look at the exploration companies, don't look at the developers, they look at the big producers. So they look at Newman and Barrick. Is there anything you have to be excited about Newman and Barrick over the last couple of years?
Not much.
So why investing in the gold space if you see the number one and number two doing such bad things as they did? So maybe you are a brave investor, a brave retail investor, and say, I don't care about these big guys, let them do what they want to do. I'm looking at the developers. How many success stories do you know over the last, we know each other for 15 years, so 50 years is a long time. Tell me 10 names from first discovery to first gold pour over the next levels.
That were actually successful?
Yeah.
Orezone, West African, but then it starts to drop off. And then after we just start to think hard.
We can talk about K92 and it's a different story because it has been a mine from Barrick they weren't able to run. We might talk about Atlantic Gold, but Santa Barbara will tell us different things about it. And so there are not really enough success stories. We need success stories to attract money. And this is something the companies are. I mean, there's so many companies out there. Did you even? You don't even see. They're raising money, millions and millions of money, and you don't see these big success stories. And this has to turn around. Of course, every company in there has to say, "Oh yeah, give me 50 million, and I made a success story out of it." But the truth is, over the last couple of years, we didn't see this.
So the question is now, let's stay on the majors actually first. Like, how have they developed? Like, I know the Q1 numbers for some of the majors came out. You wrote about them as well. How have they been impacted by the higher gold price?
We saw, of course, Newman was a success on the good side, but we don't expect much from these companies. The expectations are so low. It's easy to beat them now. Even Barrick. I mean, we saw these first production numbers of Barrick, and everybody was like, 940,000 ounces. That's what you're producing. And it was a shock because it's the number 2 producer in the world, and he didn't even produce 1 million ounces per quarter. Yes, that was a shock for everybody. But at the end of the day, we have a gold price of $2,300 right now. So this helps the companies making cash flow, and this should help them invest in their mines and probably develop new projects. I mean, Barrick is going to Pakistan with Ray Critique. Everybody's a little bit scared because we all remember the Coscualama story in Argentina, Chile. So, yeah, but more money, higher cash flow, gives them the chance to develop new projects and invest in their existing projects.
But the share prices, like based on the quarterly results, haven't really moved. Like, Newman jumped up a little bit, but it's been fairly muted. right? Like, and a lot of people said, well, once the Q numbers come out, the Q1 numbers at the higher gold price, people see those companies generate free cash flow. It should be a trigger for the overall market to move. It hasn't been.
Okay. What did these companies do over the last couple of years? They say, hey, we don't invest in growth, we paying dividends, we buying back shares, but growth, no. Did they get rewarded for this policy? Yeah, and at this point, some guys like Tom Palmer, Mark Russo, has to think about, hey, investors don't don't buy our shares because of dividends, because of share buyback. Perhaps they want growth. So this is the thing they have to turn around their mind. They have to think new and say, hey, let's step back to growth and don't say, hey, we are 3% dividend yield or 3.5% dividend yield, because nobody really cares about it.
Who in the audience cares about dividends?